Rep. Pramila Jayapal. Let me be clear, there are contingency funds available to fully fund SNAP while we are in this Republican shutdown. I don't have to go over that again. We all know she's full of shit. This came out about 2 hours ago, by the way. But what is Trump doing? He's doing everything in his power to withhold these benefits, making Americans go hungry. So I just thought of something. I'm going to go to her profile. How often do you think, like what percentage do you think when she posts anything on X that it has the name Trump in each of her posts? Like what, 90% of the time probably? So that's Trump. I'm already on the losing end of my own argument. We're at 50-50 with that one. Actually, it might even be in here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Trump's name's in that. Not seeing Trump there. Let's see. Nope, don't see Trump there. I'm already losing my argument. I don't know. It's just an offhand thought because most of the time I come across her posts like she's Trump this, Trump that, Trump that. There's one from Trump 23 hours ago. There's another one with Trump. Let's see. Trump right there. So that's like what, 3 in a row, I think. Don't see one there. So maybe in the grand scheme of things, it might be like 50-50. But there's Trump again. I mean, that is the face of a psychopath if you ever seen one. It certainly looks like one to me. All right, whatever. That was a stupid thing to look up. I just assumed that most of what she says is just Trump, because I bet she has Trump derangement syndrome, at least to some extent. All right, so let's hear what she has to say. This ought to be fun.
Let me be very clear about SNAP. There are contingency funds there so that SNAP doesn't have a single day down.
Yeah, there were contingency funds. I believed it was $5.25 billion, and I've been corrected again. It was like in the mid $4 billion range. It's about $4.5 billion in contingency emergency funds from the USDA, and it's already been allocated to SNAP. All the states have already received all that money, and they're supposed to be in the process of distributing those funds to everyone who's on SNAP across all 50 states. The only problem is that $4.5 billion doesn't quite get to the $8 billion that's needed to fund an entire month worth of SNAP benefits. So there's a shortfall. So the money was distributed. She's completely full of shit, but she knows exactly what she's talking about. All these Democrats know that they're lying out their asses. Although there might be a few who are so absolutely lost in the fog of bullshit that they might actually believe everything that's coming out of their own mouths, when in fact it's anything but believable.
What Trump did is illegally withhold those funds. 2 federal judges said,
nope, he paid him out, to illegally withhold, and he was happy to do so.
You need to release them and fully fund SNAP. And then yesterday,
there was a federal judge who said that you had to release all of those contingency funds, the emergency funds. You had to release them into SNAP, which Trump did gladly. And then the judge came back and issued another order stating that the Trump administration must make the entire payment for SNAP benefits for the entire month of November. The Trump administration said, we only have $4.5 billion in emergency funds. We don't have the money to fund the entire month. There's like a $3.5 billion shortfall. And the judge said, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't care where the money comes from, just find it. Like, you got to get the money from somewhere. I'm ordering you to pay the entire month of November. Just figure it out. And that's it. And the Trump administration is like, we don't have anywhere to tap. We don't have anything to tap. And it was either a Democrat, could have been a Republican who may have thrown, I'm assuming it was a Democrat, who said that they should take money from the tariff revenue from Trump's tariffs, because Trump likes to tout that hundreds of billions of dollars in tariff revenues coming in. I'm assuming that most, if not all of that new tariff money is probably frozen because the argument as to whether Trump's tariffs are legal or not, it's tied up with the Supreme Court right now. They just heard oral arguments on Trump's tariffs just on Wednesday. So there's probably nothing he can do with that tariff revenue right now until we get a decision from the Supreme Court as to whether Trump's tariffs are legal or not. So we're not sure about it. Sounds like a 50-50 issue. I've heard from Republicans and other officials in the Trump administration, they don't sound all that convinced that the Supreme Court's going to rule in Trump's favor on this. But I don't know. They very well could. But anyway, yeah, so the shortfall, we don't know where the money's going to come from. We don't have a clue. But I know one thing's for sure. Pramila Jayapal, she's not going to tell us where that money's going to come from because she don't have a fucking clue either.
He said not only are they going to cut SNAP benefits, but the restrictions that the Ag Department just introduced actually even further limit eligibility of SNAP. So some SNAP families won't even get any benefits if you leave it to Trump, and the Ag Department admitted that they.
Yeah, she's probably talking about the new policies where you can only be eligible for SNAP up to 2 years because you got to get your shit together. You got to get a job. And I believe the people that are only eligible for up to 2 years of SNAP are those who are unemployed and those who have children. If they have any children, they're over the age of 14. If you have children under the age of 14, it's going to be a lot easier for you to remain on SNAP benefits or receiving SNAP benefits. The same with other welfare programs, because they're trying to get people, they're giving a lot of people the boot. They're telling everybody to get off your ass and go get a job and start working and earn your own way. Stop S-ing the government's D and get out there and earn a living. Make something of yourself. Be somebody.
Have the money there to pay for it. So let's be very clear.
Of course, Democrats
about why
hate that.
SNAP is not happening right now because Donald Trump is illegally withholding funds and now trying to disobey court orders to release those funds. That's what needs to happen on SNAP. He has additional dollars that he can use.
No, matter of fact, the Supreme Court just came out. It was either today or it was last night. Or I think it was last night. The Supreme Court came out and upheld what Trump was wanting to do. And I'll get to that. I'll look that up and see.
He found $40 billion to send over to Argentina.
He didn't find $40 billion to send over to Argentina. Look, I know I need to do my homework and find out what's going on with the other $20 billion, but I know $20 billion of that $40 billion is a currency swap that we gave the Argentina government. We gave them $20 billion of USD, and the Argentine government gave us 40 billion USD or 20 billion USD worth of Argentine pesos. And the currency swap is an expectation that the economy in Argentina is going to get better. And when it gets better, the Argentine peso is going to become more valuable, which is a win for the U.S. government holding $20 billion of Argentine pesos. I'm sure it's a very common thing that happens.
On the White House and holding lavish parties at Mar-a-Lago while people are starving.
Yeah, that's not on the taxpayers' dime. That's on Trump's dime, just like the ballroom. Trump isn't fully funding the ballroom, but it's being privately funded. The same with Trump's big, lavish Mar-a-Lago parties. That's one of the perks of being a billionaire. When you work your ass off your entire life and you're extremely talented at what you do, you get to have big, nice, lavish 1920s style parties.
We've got the money.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so that was it. All right, so let me see if I can find that ruling from the Supreme Court. All right, let's see. I'm just going to go to Grok, make it easier. All right, I'll let it do its thing.